Hello, welcome to Microsoft Excel Level 3 Video 6. This is our last video in this series, and what we're looking at here is a project that's going to combine together some elements from levels 1, 2, and 3. So what I have for you here is Ted's Used Cars. So you are a front desk worker at this used car dealership, and what I have across the bottom here are 5 questions that your boss would throw at you in order to try and get you to hopefully run the business for him. So let's look at the orange box first. It says, welcome to Ted's Used Cars. Your job is to manage the business by completing the gray chart. All right, the gray chart is this big one up over in here with all the empty spots. Following the questions in the blue boxes below to guide you through the process. Look for clues in the blue box to help you decide what functions to use. For example, question 5 mentions an above and below. This is 2 options, kind of like the if statements. So that's what I wanted to show you today is this looks like a template, and I built it that way to try and hopefully give you something that would look like a project, an Excel project that you might be faced with at work that somebody started and then left. Or if you chose to download a template from the internet, this would be a very common one that you would see. So this is an Excel file that you can download from the site to work on that I made for you. So make sure you've downloaded this one so you can work away at this one and hopefully go back and remember all the parts we looked at through all 3 levels of the videos. So I'll read through the questions that I've given you across the bottom, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time kind of talking about some of the clues that you might see, and then you'll head off and try to create this one on your own. So question 1 says in cell D5, so I'm looking over here, all right, D5 starts over here, and it's this column for fuel economy. It says, write a formula to look up the code in cell C5 and to display the correct fuel economy from the table A15 to B18. All right, there are 2 things that stand out there for me right off the start. Anytime that I get a question or somebody asks me to make a spreadsheet and they use words such as look up, you know it's a VLOOKUP. Okay, so that's clear. And they even mention the word table, look up in a table. So that's a VLOOKUP, right? If you've done videos 1, 2, 3, and even parts out of 4, and definitely some of the stuff that we talked about in video 5, you're good to go. Should be no problem at all to come up with a VLOOKUP that would then take the pieces from here and compare it into that chart. So what chart are they talking about? They want to take a look at cell C5. So C5 is this code number, and of course the chart that's over here. A is economical, B is medium, C is expensive. So it's a car rating. Remember, when we're doing this, we never grab the label that's across the top, so the word rating and fuel economy should not be selected in your chart. Question 2. In E5, okay, fuel economy tax thing, write a formula to look up the fuel ratings in cell D5 to display the correct fuel tax level from the table A20 to B23. Well, much like question 1, they're giving it away for you, the answer. So the word lookup and the word table, you know that has to be a VLOOKUP. Okay, so before, of course, you can do question 2, you need the answers from the first column, from D column. And what's neat here is that we're actually using the answer displayed by a formula for VLOOKUP in D to find a new VLOOKUP. You can do that. Once the column D is created, you can then use the answers as part of a formula in a different one. That won't give you an error. However, if you chose to do question 2 first and skip question 1, you'd have a problem. It wouldn't work for you. If you have errors in column D, your column E will not work either. So make sure your first question is done correctly before you move on to question 2. Okay, question 3 in cell F5. So let's go over here, cost of fuel economy tax. In cell F5, calculate the cost of the fuel economy tax based on a list price of the car. All right, well, we get an answer for a fuel economy tax here that's going to be in a percentage from what I see, and we have the list price of the car. So that's just simple math, right? So that takes us back to level 1 type of question where we're just multiplying to find an answer. What you get back as a response in here, flip to currency, and you're good. Okay, question 4 in G5, total payable. Calculate the total payable by adding the list price to the fuel economy tax. So the dollar value that we get in here, we're going to take the list price, which is over here, and just simply add the two together. That goes right back to the beginning parts of the level 1 videos. Finally, question 5. In H4, so that's right over here. It should be H5? H5, sorry. Write a formula to display free insurance if the total payable is $20,000 or more. If it is below $20,000, leave the cell blank. Okay, if statements, that was level 2 videos. So we're looking at comparing. Is it greater than 20,000 or is it less than 20,000? And report back an answer based on those. This is a wonderful project. This combines together elements, as I said, from levels 1, 2, and 3 for us. I hope you enjoyed the video series. Don't forget to check out the bonus videos as well. We're going to look at error messages, a little bit of conditional formatting, and some of the extra bits and pieces that would fit on top of the major components that we've looked at in videos on the levels 1, 2, and 3. Thanks for watching.